Again, it is a fundamental right to protest. However, when that protest turns violent, when it turns to throwing rocks, throwing bottles at officers, at other members of the public and community, that will not be tolerated. Arrests will be made.
13 people face criminal charges after Monday night's anti-ICE protests in Austin. Groups rallied in solidarity with people protesting immigration operations in Los Angeles. But Austin police say things escalated when people started defacing buildings and throwing things at officers. And Austin police officers are gearing up for even more of the tense situations this weekend. A larger protest against the Trump administration policies at the state capitol. That is set to happen this Saturday. KVUE's Malia Masumoto joins us in the newsroom this morning. So Malia, what did police say?
Well, Yvonne, the Austin Police Association said it'll put a bigger strain on their resources because they have to add an increased police presence. Now, after the police brutality protest in 2020, Austin Police Association said a large number of officers left the force due to the confrontation. Now, APD still has less staffing than they did in 2020. Currently, they have more than 300 vacancies. And Michael Bullock, the president of the Austin Police Association, said events like Monday night, where 4 officers were injured, makes it even more difficult for them.
Because we wind up having to pull officers from patrol, we wind up having to pull officers from other shifts that are taking 911 calls in order to come downtown and deal with this type of behavior. It's one thing for us to deal with peaceful protest, because that doesn't take nearly as many resources. It's when they become violent.
All right, is everybody ready?
APD Chief Lisa Davis said yesterday that she's spoken to the DA and the Travis County Sheriff about charges and jail space if the protests become violent again this weekend. She also said they'll have dialogue policing, which is where officers will be in the crowd before protests start, talking to people about rules for how they can go about the protest peacefully. Now, there were other protests Monday night across the state in Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. And Governor Abbott has posted on social media that he will be sending out the Texas National Guard to locations across the state to keep the peace during any of these protests this Saturday. Live in the newsroom, Malia Masumoto, KVUE News.